Welcome, we are here with Samar, the gym cursed on hard Doom Tower 90, the Dreadhorn. We're going to show you the speeds and the gear you need to be able to do this. Once you have that speed, you can do every single stage of the Dreadhorn with the same exact gear. We've got a speed lead in here. Speed is very important. If you can't get the speed that I have on my gym cursed in the masteries, then you can obviously do it with slower speeds. It's just really RNG. You're going to fail a lot. And look to see how far you're actually getting in there and beating the boss. If you're failing right away at 10% every single time, then you're probably not fast enough, you don't have enough defense, or you don't have enough HP. And we'll go over all that as we go in here. You can use other speed leads. Come in here and use your Ursula or your Lysandra. Just make sure they die before they get to the boss. You cannot afford them to do a decreased turn meter and get another Dread Bomb out there. So if you have an additional copy like I do, if you have a copy of her at 4-star, just throw that in there for the 24% speed lead in the Doom Tower. Speed is everything with this. Yes, we need the Immortal and the Regen set, but we do need to be really fast. And then we've got the speed lead to help us out to make us even faster. You lock out his A2 and his A3, so he's always doing his A1. And then with a whole bunch of weak hits too, he's going to be topped off almost the whole entire fight with that speed. And he's getting additional turn meter on that A1 whenever he's over 50% HP. No, he needs no books. Don't ever worry about booking Samar. It's all about his passive, and his passive doesn't require any books. So never book this guy. Just take him to 60, put the gear on, get as much speed as you can. Look at my other video if you want to look to beat 10, floor 10 with the speeds I had on that one. And then here, this will get it so you can make it through every single floor. First, let's look over here at best teams. Here is my clan. That's my clan, just me. I'm the only one that's beat it. Nobody else in my clan. And I've got a couple of big people in here who are always on top, always right here with me, and they've been stuck on 90. Then if you look at global, it's all about that Siphi and Duchess. Siphi, Duchess, double Dutch, there we go. We've got Battle Khazar, a whole bunch of Viziers. Hey, there, nice. We've got decreased accuracy and increased defense with turn meter increase for our team. I like seeing that. We got the rare bat in here. That'll work well. Yes, I'm working on this every single day to bring you a team that doesn't have legendary champions. No legendary champions at all. Block buffs to make sure we can get that increased attack off. Decrease accuracy if we need to, but that's kind of hard to play with. And all the other fancy champions that we're using to try to negate some of that damage and those bombs exploding. So we're going to come up with something. Don't worry. But right now, I know people are frustrated. They are very frustrated. It's all these legendary champions. It's just a godly amount of high quality, big tiered legendary champions. I like seeing stuff like Euros in here because everybody has a chance to eventually get him. But then we've got Bad L. You can use Eurogrim. There's a Eurogrim down there. And Yoshi, that's pretty cool seeing him, but not everybody was here for the Yoshi fusion and not everybody has double Dutch. So we're going to have to find a way to do this. I'm working on it. I'm going to get something out to you guys. I promise. Let's get into this video so you can see the speed, the masteries, and the gear I have. Now this is on 90 and I wanted to see how long I could run it. Would it go 16 runs? And it didn't. It didn't go 16 runs, but I beat it like 5 times before I did this. And then I just put it here. I've got additional damage to get me through. My Ithos really isn't geared well. So he's going to die and not even do a lot of damage here, but that's okay. I don't need them to do a lot of damage. I do need my Samar to get some kills here before we get to the boss so we can get that additional speed from the Assault Mastery, and they're going to help us out to get there. I'm going to jump forward. We're not going to watch all of this because we've got 3 runs to do. We want to see where he fails and why he failed, and you want to see how he functions when we get to the boss. So we're going to go jump forward here. He's the last one. There, we've got the turn meter boost. Now keep an eye on his HP. He's going to stay really high, especially if we get a good string of weak hits. He's just going to stay topped off. And with that additional boost, right, we're getting that turn meter boost on that A1. He's staying above 50% to get that boost, and we just keep going up. I'm not even healing for a crazy amount because I do have speed boots on. I didn't go with HP boots. I didn't go with defense boost. I'm there with speed boots, 45 additional speed. Here got scary. Like, we got low there. I could have failed at that point. If something wily would have happened and we got our block damage buff up, but now look, now we're all the way back up to the top. And it's going to stay that way for quite a while. We just stayed topped off the whole entire run. And if you're fast enough, that's what's going to happen. You're just going to stay topped off. Yes, we need HP. Yes, we need defense. And we do need the speed. Again, we don't need books. We don't need crit rate. We don't need critical damage. Accuracy, we don't need it. We don't need resistance at all. So we've only got a few things to focus on. I don't think it's that bad. People might not have the gear right now, but I guarantee you're going to be looking for that gear whenever you see a Regen set and an Immortal set drop now. And you should have tons of pieces of Immortal. Since the main factor we're looking for is a lot of speed, then just pay attention to those speeds, save your speed glyphs, throw some speed glyphs on there, banner, anything you can do to get that speed up and use the speed lead. Now, I've seen people try to run this with lower speeds without a speed lead. They do kind of the same speed I have base speed on my Samar, but they're using the HP lead. The HP that he has to get him additional HP because they said it wasn't working for them. I'm all about the speed. The faster I can go right here to get that regen going off, even if it's not as much, and then get back around to make sure we have that block damage up, which we always will. But with more turns like this, we need to take 2 to his 1, basically is what happens. We eventually get in there and we'll take 2 turns to his 1. And that's really when we catch up. And I mean, look at that. Max health for how long? If you don't have the speeds necessary, beat the lower levels with it and then look for that gear to make sure you get these speeds, and it'll be easy times for you. It really will. Because your Samar is, honestly, if you don't have a Duchess, if you don't have those Siffies, if you don't have the Vizier and all the craziness that you've been seeing go through there, this is your easiest option. And finding the gear is your easiest option as well. Because you're always going to be farming your Fire Knight. You're looking for that regen gear. You want those speed substat hits. And if your only thing you're looking for is speed substat hits, that's not that bad. I mean, that's not bad at all. We don't care about the crit rate. We don't care about the rest. All we're looking for is that speed substat. Ricky Bobby, we just need to go fast. All right, let's jump forward a little bit more. And victory, we're going on number 2. 2 run. Victory again, it's going to be the same thing. We stay up really high. I don't think there were any. Look, I mean, he's topped off at the very end here again. Easy. Now let's look and see what happens on 3. Like, why did it mess up on 3? That's what I was really curious about. This is run 3, and I think it's going to get close to where we die. And then right after this, I ran 50, and then I ran 10. Super easy. You see, we're going fine. Obviously, we're taking 4 turns, even though we got down low here. We're taking 4 turns, but the boss gets us to proc our passive early. Which really, with what we've got, won't happen very often. Because before this, and there we are, we're back up again. So when we do proc it with the bombs, we get back up on HP really quickly. Even with taking that hit, that's fine. I think it's coming soon. It's coming soon, and I don't even see, it's like a normal hit like that, which is weird. It wasn't like I had a bomb and then he made the bomb explode with a hit. There we are again, we're fine. But if you're going this, like if you're going this far and it's failing, at some point, you're eventually going to get it, even if you're lower speeds. Because we already saw BGE do this with a much lower speed than what I have on mine right now. And I tried to match that. Oh, by the way, I did. Believe me, I started out using Samar Gem Cursed when I unlocked 90 yesterday at 210 speed. And then from 210, I went up to like 2 increments, 3 increments, 4 increments. I went up very slowly in speed to find the best speed. I kept going up, and then I would do some good runs at like 230 speed, was like real close to getting to 50%. Then I'd have some issues. I started changing around some defense, HP. I tried to do it with as less speed as possible. I really did. I didn't go all out though and try to go really high HP, really high defense. See there, he procced me to do it there, but we were at like 40% HP, and for some reason, he took me down below that and was able to proc my passive, and then the bombs went off immediately after. So we got caught. It's going to happen. All right, let's go over to these other 2. These were very easy to do. I mean, there was no problems. Since we're trucking through 90 so easily, these, no issues. No issues at all. We're so fast here, I think on 50 and on 10, it was child's play. Be ready for a video to get through this without all these crazy legendaries. I am determined to make sure we can get this to happen. We've got to be able to get it to happen, because if we can only beat this boss with crazy legendaries, it's not worth it. On 90, by the way, I'm talking about 90. We can do things on 10, we can do things on 50, but I am talking about 90, because if people are roadblocked at 90 because they don't have a Duchess, because they don't have a Siffy or a Vizier, then that's really bad. I've got to believe we can get this done without all those legendary champions. So everybody out there, keep working on it. I'm going to keep working on this. For the Samar, we do need somewhere around 260 speed. It sounds fast, but honestly, it's not that fast because speed is the main focus here. That's what we need. Speed substats on all of this stuff. Whatever you have, just get those speed substats out because the other, obviously we need HP, right? HP, and then the speed boots. We do need HP for the regen, but the speed substats are the most important thing. So I've got 2 hits into speed, 2 hits into speed, 2 there, 1 hit into speed here. Okay, so we could get faster. So if we take away this 3 hit, that would be a 2 hit here, and then we've got 2 hits. So I don't consider that crazy gear. 2 hits into speed on every piece of gear is what we need. Could that be crazy for somebody just starting out? Yeah, that's the way it's going to be, right? You've got to grind for the gear, but eventually you're going to get something with 2 hits into speed. Eventually you will, so pay attention to that. And yes, you need the HP is here. I went for defense. I went for some crazy high defense ring. 4 hits into it is really astonishing. Defense here and then defense because I felt like I was just taking too much damage from the boss. This was defense at one time. I switched it back to HP. So get a good mix of both. If I had to tell you what stats to hit, I would say somewhere around almost 3,000 defense, get somewhere around almost 8,000 HP, and then close to 260 speed and get that 24% additional speed lead in there with it. If you can. Now, if you're lower than this, like I said, we've already seen BGE beat it on 90 Doom Tower Hard when I first beat it on 10, and I talked to him about this. He went on the test server, got it done, and his speed was 240, I want to say, 242, somewhere around there. So it's possible to do it at lower speeds, but it's going to give you a headache because, like I said, I went through every speed imaginable from 210, 213, 215, 216, all the way up. I would just slowly increase it, trying to get past it over and over. I'm talking hours upon hours throughout the day, slowly increasing the speed to see how consistent I could be and to get some runs done. And even when I was at the speed that BGE did it at, I still constantly failed. If we had to add everything up, we're looking at a speed increase of 24 plus 18, that's 42. We've got over 300 then. What's our max? We're going over 304. And then we've got our speed lead giving us an additional 24, whatever that is. So yeah, we're going well over 300 speed. That's what's making it happen. So that's what you guys need to focus on. I'm sorry if this sounds like a lot. Obviously, if you're just doing lower floors, especially if you're doing normal, you don't need anywhere near this speed. But if you're doing the hard, if you're going to do 10, you've seen me do it on 10 in the other video. It wasn't anywhere near this fast. But if you're going to do 50 and then you're going to do 90 and you want to make sure you have your Samar geared out to be able to do it all anytime you go in there, this is what you want to aim for. Get close to that 260 speed, get close to that 80,000 HP, and that 3,000 defense. Speed, though, to me is the most important thing. So try to get that speed first and then work on that HP and defense. Or at least get that HP and speed and then work on that defense last. That's the route I would go. Speed first, HP, and then defense, and then slowly work your way and see, are you taking too much damage from the boss? Is he dropping you down below 50% HP? Are you no longer then, remember, lock out your skills, are you no longer then able to get this turn meter increase? Because yeah, we're so fast, but we're also taking advantage of this turn meter increase when we're above 50% HP, which is still very critical. We want to go fast. We got to get that HP back up as quickly as possible. Keep taking those turns. If you have any questions or you're having difficulty beating a stage with your Samar, let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Appreciate your time. I will see you all in a video soon.